Hey YouTube, we're going to do a video on replacing a garbage disposal. First, I want to tell you a couple things about a garbage disposal. There's two things that are going to happen when a garbage disposal fails. It's either not going to have power at all, or either it's going to hum like That means you got something stuck in it. Food, it could be just corroded from when you went on vacation and you hadn't used it for a week or two. I wanted to show you these two things really quick before we jump into replacing it. If the garbage disposal does not have power at all, then there's a reset button on the bottom of it. Most of them are colored red. You can press that reset button and it should restore power back to the unit. You can try your wall switch or whatever you have to turn your garbage disposal on. The other thing is if the garbage disposal just hums, that means that something is stuck in it. Sometimes you can take the garbage disposal tool. This tool comes with every new garbage disposal. Whenever I install them, I usually leave them with the customer under their kitchen cabinet so they have it. But you stick that tool right in the bottom. It's like an Allen key. You stick it right in the bottom. You take the tool and you just twist it around and around, and it turns the blades in here and frees them up. You can turn it back and forth, back and forth. This one is actually broken and seized up, so it won't turn. But that's all you have to do. Typically, those two things will help you save some money on buying a new garbage disposal. Now, the rest of it's going to be under here. We're going to jump right into it. Okay. All right, so we're here to install the garbage disposal. I've done a little quick simulation for a kitchen sink. So basically this would be like your cabinet area. Obviously this is your sink. This is a dishwasher drain line. This is your plumbing that would be under your sink. This is for a 2-bowl sink. And this is your garbage disposal. And this is the electrical wire that would be coming out of the wall. Or either you may have a garbage disposal that plugs in. So that's kind of the setup we have here. We're going to jump into it and do the actual install. This is a InSinkErator Badger. It's a 3rd horsepower. And we are going to be installing a 3/4 horsepower InSinkErator. But first, we can go ahead and get ready to take the old one out. Make sure your power is turned off at your garbage disposal. You're either going to unplug it, or either you're going to make sure the switch is flipped off, or better yet, you can go to your breaker panel and make sure the breaker is turned off. Typically, the breaker is labeled disposal, and they have just one dedicated circuit for the garbage disposal. So first off, you want to remove your dishwasher drain line if you have one. This one actually has a bolt in it that you have to turn with the nut driver. And all you need is basic tools to do this. The nut driver is really not needed. It depends on what kind of connector you have here. There are many different. Usually they have a flat blade screw in them, and you can just screw it out. But basically I've got a nut driver, I've got a Phillips head screwdriver, a flat head screwdriver, a pair of pliers that you may need, and a pair of wire strippers. You may not need those. But anyway, we've got the dishwasher drain line connector loose. Just let that sit there. You just kind of tug on this back and forth just a little bit. And I usually kind of hold this up because sometimes there's water in it. So I just kind of prop that up, make sure that's out of the way if you can. You don't always have to. Just kind of get that out of the way. Now the next thing I take off is the trap connector, which is your plumbing. This is the trap that goes to the garbage disposal. And it's got 2 screws in it. One right here and then one in the back. You just disconnect those. I usually take those all the way out, just like that. Then I back this plate up. Then you need to loosen this piece of plumbing here, just enough where you can slide this pipe into that, just like that. Then you take your garbage disposal tool that we talked about a little earlier. You lock it in here, and basically this is just a locking mechanism that turns and locks the garbage disposal onto the drain strainer. So you put your tool in, you pull it to you, make sure you have your hand under the garbage disposal, so when it comes loose, you take it down. Okay, now we've got it removed. I usually take it and turn it over on the side. Then you can remove the wire from the bottom of the garbage disposal. And on this, you need a Phillips head to remove the connector. Loosen that connector. And make sure you have this connector. That connector is very important. It keeps the wire from rubbing on the side of the garbage disposal and causing a short later down the road. Just kind of let that sit in your wire like that. You loosen this screw on this plate. This is where all your electrical connectors are at. Take that plate off. Remove the wire nuts. There's going to be one on the black wire. There's going to be one on the white wire. And if you notice the ground, hopefully you can see this in the camera, the ground wire is always under the green screw. So you just loosen that up. You can take that screw out, sit it to the side, and you take all the wires, the black, the white, and the ground wire, feed it back through this hole, just like that. Now the garbage disposal is totally removed from the sink. Now that we've got the old one out, we're going to put the new one in. This is an InSinkErator Badger 900, which is a 3¼ horsepower. The one we took out was a 3rd horsepower. The biggest difference between them is the warranty. The 3rd horsepower comes with the 1-year warranty. This one comes with a 3-year warranty. I mean, obviously it's a bigger motor, so you can grind bigger things, maybe chicken bones and stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to put this one in and show you how it's done. So I usually take the garbage disposal, sit it on the floor, and do the wiring first, or sit it in the bottom of the cabinet, and then I do all the wiring first. Just turn it upside down. Doesn't hurt anything to do that. We've got to remove this cover right here. You just back that screw out just a little bit. Door kind of pivots over. There's that infamous green screw for the ground. There's your black and your white wire. We need to take this little connector. Typically this connector is going to be on the wire. Mine fell off. Take these wires, feed them in here. This is probably the most difficult part of installing the garbage disposal. You feed the wires in here. I usually try and pull them up through there. So there's the black, there's the white, and there's the ground. And you take this, well, I did a blooper. If your little connector falls off, your wire connector falls off, make sure you put it on the right way. Not upside down like I did. Threads should face the garbage disposal hole. Okay, now we're going to feed the wires back in. See, the good thing is, every time I mess up, you guys get more practice because I'm having to do it over again. Alright, so now we got it in there the right way. Hopefully you can see this good on the camera, I don't know, but just thread that in to the hole in the garbage disposal. Just like that. Okay, when that gets tight, then you get your Phillips head, screwdriver, or whatever kind of screws are in there. You tighten that down. Basically that just grips the wire. Alright, so now we want to take our electrical connectors. We want to connect everything up. Okay, so you want to take your white wires, take your wire nuts that you took off the old one. They're perfectly fine to use unless they're physically damaged. If you look at it and they're cracked, then replace them. I like to hold the wires together. Some people say you should twist them. I don't do that. I allow the wire nut to do that. So you just take your 2 wires, or this is how I do it, and I kind of hold them side by side, the 2 wires like that, and I slide the wire nut on, twist it, twist it, twist it until it gets tight. So what that's doing is that's twisting those wires together in there, making a really good connection. So that was the white wires. Here are the black wires for our power. So we hold those like that. You take the 2 wires again, like I was saying earlier on the white wires, you hold them together kind of like that, and just let the wire nut twist the wires together. Some people say you should twist the wires yourself. I just let the wire nut do it. That's its job. So just take it, twist it and 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 twist it. Alright, so we've got those connections. So we've got the white and the black wires connected. Now we're going to hook the ground wire, yep, you guessed it, to the green screw. Yeah. So just going to take it, You might have to take your wire cutters, thin that out. I know it's probably hard to see in the camera, but I'm trying to get it. And we're going to tighten this down to the ground wire. Now we've got everything connected. All the electrical is connected. So we're going to put this cover back on there. Just slide the cover under that black screw. Tighten it down like so. Make sure everything's good and tight. Now you're actually ready to mount the garbage disposal to the sink drain. Now we're going to connect the garbage disposal up to the actual sink drain. Just kind of move that plumbing out of your way. So you have to hold this up. This is a little bit awkward, especially when you're under the cabinet. But you have to hold it up with one hand, or this is the way I do it. I get this lined up, this apply pressure. I take this tool and you hook it in there and you turn it. Hold on to it there and turn it as hard as you can. And that locks it in. That's just a little turnbuckle that goes up and it locks the garbage disposal into the actual drain. Now if you notice, there's no hole in the garbage disposal for this pipe to connect to. What you can do is, when the garbage disposal is mounted on this lock, you can twist it around either way, whichever way you need to twist it to get the drain hole lined up. See, there's the drain hole. So you just connect that line back in there. I usually leave that rubber piece on there unless it's damaged. If it's damaged, a new one comes in the package. You just slide it right on the pipe and you're good to go. Put that in there like this and put those two screws back in there that we took out earlier. And the new garbage disposal comes with new screws, comes with this new bracket and everything. I just use it because there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to replace those, you certainly can. These are sometimes a little aggravating to get lined up, especially the one in the back, because you can't really get back there to see. You just have to kind of feel and get it right. Once I get them finger tight, I go through with the screwdriver, tighten them down, and tighten these as hard as you can tighten them. Because if the garbage disposal is going to leak, this is where it's going to leak, right here. Because the water's coming down from the drain, could go in here. Water's coming down from the garbage disposal, going out to your P-trap. So if it's going to leak, it's going to leak right there. So just make sure those are super tight. Tighten both of them up as tight as you can do it. Those tight. Don't forget to tighten this nut back up on this pipe right here that we took off earlier. That's another place that it can leak. And you may not have this same exact setup like I do here. You may have a pipe that's a solid pipe all the way across here and the connector may be here. That's okay. Just disconnect it like we did and then just turn that whole assembly around so you can get the garbage disposal out. One thing I did forget, which is pretty important, if you have a garbage disposal that your dishwasher is connected to like we had earlier, when the new garbage disposal is sent to you, there is a little piece in there about the size of a dime that has to be broken out. So what I usually do is, before I mount this, and I just forgot to do it, before I mount the garbage disposal, I know whether I have to connect the dishwasher or not. I go ahead and I take a flat blade screwdriver and I just tap that little piece out, and then I turn the garbage disposal upside down and let it fall out. It's just a little plastic piece. You have to do that if you're connecting your dishwasher to the garbage disposal. If your dishwasher is not connected to the garbage disposal, then do not do that step. So just make sure. That's just one of the things you need to look out for before you start the installation. Just know whether or not your dishwasher is connected to your garbage disposal or not. So in our case, ours is. So we're going to take the dishwasher drain line, push it on there really hard, and take our connector, slide it up on there, and get it all lined up. Tighten that down. And I just try and do everything hand tight to start with, just so nothing's cross-threaded. That's just me. You don't have to do that. Let's take my nut driver, tighten that down really good. That's all you got to do. Now you're ready to test your garbage disposal. When you test your garbage disposal, just make sure you're running water in the sink. Flip the switch on, make sure it works. That's all you got to do. Well, thanks for watching the video. Stop by anytime and get some more videos. We're going to try and pump out some more as fast as we can. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. Right now I only have one subscriber, and that's myself, so anything helps. Thanks. Have a great day.